Before you buy guy here, in today's video, we're taking a look at the Google Home Mini and we're going to compare it with the Google Nest Mini, and we're going to see what is the difference between these two speakers and find out if it's worth you upgrading to this new Nest Mini. I'm going to do a direct audio comparison to see how each speaker performs in terms of audio quality. I'm also going to test the microphone for both of these speakers to see which one performs better. In this quick video, you're going to get all of that and more. Let's get to it. All the Google devices have now been rebranded to be Nest devices as opposed to the Google Home devices. And coming with that, Google would love to sell you one of these new Nest Minis, and they've actually upgraded the speaker. They look very similar. There's not much difference between the two speakers when you compare them side to side. They're the same size, and the mesh that covers the top of the speaker, it does look similar, but it is a little bit different. When you compare them side by side, it's hard to say which one I prefer. One of the main physical differences between these two speakers is the Google Nest Mini has got a new power cable over the Google Home Mini. The Google Home Mini uses a micro USB cable to power the device, and it runs at a maximum of 5 watts. Google's new Nest Mini speaker comes with a new updated power cord that runs at 15 watts. In theory, that extra power should provide a better quality of sound. Google also says that this speaker is an improvement on the first generation because it can detect your voice from further away. I'm going to put both of those to the test, but before I do, let's have a look if there's any other physical differences between these two speakers. Both speakers have a switch here, which you can use to deactivate the microphone if you choose to. The new Google Nest Mini has this little hole here, which you can use to hang your Nest Mini to the wall. If you are looking to hang your speakers up on the wall, the new Nest Mini is definitely going to be a good option for that. The old Google Home Mini has this rubbery texture at the bottom, which is very grippy and helps keep the device in place and stops it from slipping around. Even though this old speaker looks quite different at the back here, the new speaker is still, I would say, just as grippy. Unless you got up really close, you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference between these two speakers, so physically they are pretty much exactly the same. In order to accurately test the quality of the sound for both these speakers, I've recorded both speakers playing the same song and then merged them together to give you a better idea of the sound difference between each of these speakers. I tried to pick a song that has a good range of different sounds to help you understand the main audio differences between the two speakers. This audio test goes for about 1 minute. Have a listen and see what you think. So I guess with the audio quality, it really depends on your opinion. After listening back to the audio comparison, the Generation 2 speaker to me sounded a lot better. The bass was deeper and richer, and the overall quality of the sound just seemed quite a bit better. I think the fact that they've upgraded that speaker cable has made a big difference to the audio here. I think the new speaker was a clear winner in terms of the depth of quality in the music. Now the way you turn the volume up and down on these two speakers is the same. You tap on the side of either side of the device to turn the volume up or down. The main difference is the new Nest Mini has got lights that will light up and show you where to press, whereas the old speaker, it was a little bit difficult sometimes to work out where to press to actually change the volume. But you can just adjust the volume of your speaker by telling it to adjust the volume rather than tapping on the side as well. So let's have a look at the speakers and see how far away it was able to pick up my voice when I used the activation word. I started off at 5 meters because I figured both speakers should easily be able to pick up my voice from 5 meters away. I wanted this test to be as accurate as possible. When I did this test, I made sure I was just speaking in a normal conversation voice without raising the volume, regardless of how far away I was from the speaker. I was actually really surprised by how well both speakers performed for this test. I got all the way up to 11 meters, with both speakers picking up my voice from 11 meters away down the hallway. When I got to 12 meters, only the Nest Mini picked up my voice, and at 13 meters, neither speaker picked up my voice. I have to agree that Google has improved the range that this speaker has in terms of being able to pick up your voice from further away than from the first generation speaker. But it's only a small difference in terms of how far away you can be extra with this new speaker as opposed to the old one. Unless you have ridiculously large rooms, you should be absolutely fine with either of these speakers being able to pick up your voice from anywhere in any large room. So to summarize the differences between these two speakers, if you want to mount your mini speaker on the wall, getting the new Nest Mini is a great option for you. The main difference is the quality in the speaker. The audio is much better on the new device, and playing music from the old device doesn't sound anywhere near as good as the new device, in my opinion. If you really want good sound quality, you probably want to go with a bigger speaker than this anyway. I think most people just use these speakers to be able to pick up your voice regardless of what room you're in, and if you just need it for that, both options are going to work absolutely fine. The new speaker does have a slightly greater range on the microphone, but the difference is pretty small, and unless you have a really large house, you probably won't notice the difference. Maybe you're perfectly happy with the existing home mini devices, and the extra features from the new Nest Mini aren't really going to benefit you that much, and if that's the case, you might be able to find a couple of the old Generation 1 speakers on the second-hand market really cheap. Don't get me wrong, this new speaker is better than the old one. If you're buying a new speaker for your house, you can be happy knowing that you're getting all those extra features. I don't know if it's worth getting rid of your old speakers to replace them with this one, unless you really need that audio upgrade. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far into the video, please consider subscribing, and also I've got another great video you might be interested in checking out just here.